One of my clients dropped a bombshell. She loves painting but refuses to make money from it. And it inspired me to create this video. Today's content might trigger emotions, but it is created to spark your new possibilities. Hi everyone, my name is Irina and welcome to my channel where I help people to get unstuck, take the right action and become successful. So every year we dream, plan, set goals, but often they just remain out of reach. I want a family, but it doesn't happen. I want a great relationship, but something always goes wrong. I want a high-paying job, but it never materializes. And listen, success is incredibly subjective. Setting goals and achieving them doesn't make anyone a better person or define them. We all have our unique purposes in life and navigate our unique journeys during the short periods of time that we're here. But if we aim for something and it doesn't happen, remember, it can change. Sometimes it's our mindset that is holding us back. And once we realize this, we can start making things change around us. So get yourself a cup of tea and let's take a closer look at this. According to scientific research, people can mentally be in 3 different ego states: a grown-up, a parent, and a child. Now, the child ego state can be divided into 2 types: free and adaptive. The free child ego state is all about expressing emotion. People in this state can be very artistic. They play, sing, dance, and have fun. They're also drama queens. They can express anger, and at the extreme, they can be very aggressive, impulsive, and even throw things. They tell the world that they're unhappy and they make demands. They can spend money like there's no tomorrow, and by the way, this can be true about some wealthy people. I remember once I met a very successful construction man at a private event who told me, "I'd rather live one day like a lion than the entire lifetime like a sheep." And then in about a month, his company was recognized as a fraud and authorities were chasing him because he sold non-existent apartments to people. And instead of keeping promise, fulfilling the orders and constructing the unit, he just spent all the money funding his luxury lifestyle. So obviously it's an extreme example, but it's people who don't think about long-term goals and consequences. And there's a good reason why it's true that for some people, big things that come quickly also go quickly. And then there's an adoptive child, an ego state that starts in our childhood when we try to navigate complicated circumstances to make sure that we fit in. For example, we might start crying or just be very quiet when somebody senior to us expresses extreme anger. Or we can use crying as a mechanism to help our family hear us. And sometimes people become entrenched in this childlike state and just linger there indefinitely. And this can manifest in different ways. For example, if somebody's Amazon order wasn't delivered on time, people will be spending entire day trying to get over the fact that their parcel was lost and would just be ruminating and repeating, "Why are they doing this to me? Why is this happening to me? They should be fulfilling their orders like they promised immediately." Or at work, never demonstrate leadership, always keep silent and keep their heads down. This mentality is far removed from the mindset that is required to strategically set and achieve goals. To accomplish this, we must be cognizant of our surroundings and prioritize our resources. So just money, for example. The grown-up state primarily revolves around smart resource allocation. It's like going shopping with a list. I want to make soup. I have a plan, I have a goal, I have a budget. I am emotionally very cold in that moment. There's no emotion involved. I don't think about what my mom is going to think about the soup that I make. I will make it anyway. While the child state is centered on emotions. Again, using the shopping analogy. It's like going shopping with a list to make soup and then forgetting about the list the minute you see new cake, colorful sprinkles. When in a moment in time, people find themselves in a childlike ego state, they experience problems with money. Because we all know that children don't have money. Children either lack them entirely, spend them impulsively, or they're just given little amounts by grown-ups who sort of dictate the rules of the game. And the reason why I say in the moment in time, because we can actively change our state of mind should we want to. But like with everything, there's a catch. The problem with this childlike state is that it can be very addictive to be in it. If I spent most of my life in childlike ego state, I am living a very emotionally charged life. I over-engage with things, I overreact with things, and as a result I experience happiness, tears, sadness, etc. And those emotions become extremely valuable to me because I feel like, oh, I'm living the life. For example, I might be very unhappy at work, but every evening I come back home to Netflix and I watch one show after the other show after the other show that just triggers my emotional responses. I feel like I'm alive, but the next day I wake up and nothing changes. This is an example of somebody who is not in a crystal clear, grown-up state of mind. They're living emotional, childlike life. Now let's talk about caring for ourselves. As kids, our message to the world is always, take care of me. But when we're grown up, our self-care comes first. It's a first priority. It doesn't mean that I don't care about my loved ones. Of course I do. But I take care of myself and prioritize my own goals. So when I am mentally in a state of a child, when somebody grown up takes me by the hand and leads me somewhere, the grown up gets what he wants. Because as a child, I naively think that the grown up will take me where I want to be, where I need to be, and will take care of me. The grown-up will make sure that I get nourished and I get everything that I want and what I need. But the problem is that a grown-up person leading me somewhere by the hand, maybe taking me where his own personal interests are, maybe they cross with mine, or maybe not. And when a woman says, oh my God, I'm so tiny and helpless and I just want a big, tall, handsome man to turn up in my life and take care of me, yes, he might turn up and fulfill this role. And that's cool if she enjoys living in all of that. But the truth is, he might be taking her not where she wants and needs to be, but where he wants and needs to be. Now, I don't know about your grandmas, but my grandma used to tell me horror stories about a woman she knew who married well, and then in 10 years, she was replaced by a younger version. And here's a real horror story from my coaching practice. One of my clients called me and said, Irina, my husband is very rich. I don't have a career, but he's cheating on me and I don't have anywhere to go. What do I do? Do I pretend nothing is going on or what? And she is doing very well now, but it was a journey. So if that woman stops being a child and as a grown-up decides what she wants to do in life, where she wants to go, and makes a deal with her partner, then everyone's goals are met and everyone's going in the same direction. But when you are in a state of a kid, he decides where to take you and how to make you happy or not. He decides what to do with you. So how do you transition into this ego state of a grown-up? Well, first, start being aware where you are mentally and in what state. Ask yourself, when I'm at work with my colleagues, from what place am I interacting with them? Am I being professional or am I pleasing, adjusting, and seeking validation? Because when I am in the state of grown-up, I always know where I am, for what reason, how long, and what I want to achieve. And I will not be somewhere where my goals are not being met. But when I am a kid, I don't understand what's going on. And listen, it's normal to allocate a small amount of time where we can be a kid. Time when we can go to our room and paint, take our child to a playground, play with our dog, etc. But it can be extremely harmful to remain in that ego state of a child when our resources, our time, and our plans are at stake. Because only grown-ups have choice. Children don't have choice. So the task of a grown-up is to not live in illusions. Grown-ups see facts. As a grown-up, I see what the world around me looks like. And if something doesn't go as planned, I look at the reasons why without getting emotions involved into the mix. Not to beat myself up, that's not allowed, but to learn and move on. So guys, please don't beat yourself up. Notice where you are. And once you do that, you'll have a chance of progressing into another state. You'll tell yourself, dear me, tonight after 8 p.m., I'll be a child. I'll go paint, I'll go out, I'll have fun. But now I'm a grown-up. I see what's happening around me and I know where I'm going. I know what I want, and I make sure that every step that I make takes me closer to my goal. All right, that's it, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. And if you liked this video, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.